Dear participants, welcome to our workshop on fundamentals of sensors, actuators, interfacing circuits, and IoT integration for industrial automation. In today's world, we cannot think of our life without automation. Starting from automotive, aerospace, healthcare, consumer electronics, everywhere we can find the enormous uses of automation. Let us consider the example of our simple household used washing machine. We can understand that today hardly any human intervention is required here. You need to dump the clothes and the washing, cleaning, rinsing, drying, everything is automatically taken care by your washing machine itself. So to make all these things happen automatically, you need some dedicated master controller. But in addition to that, you require different kind of sensors and actuators to understand how many clothes are there or what is the overall weight of the clothes. You need the force sensors or the pressure sensors, that then whether the lid is opened or not, to check that you have the proximity sensors. Then you have to check how much water level is required. For that you have the water level sensors and so on. Similarly, for the actuator perspectives, you need the motor to run the washing machine. Then you require the water dispensers, the detergent dispensers. So those will be considered as the actuator. Let us consider another example of the cold drinks or beverage industry, where crores of bottles are every day filled, sealed, packed, and exported. To make these things doing manually, you understand that how many human operators or human beings are required. And wherever human beings are there, the job will be tedious and it will be prone to errors. Now, to make all these things happen automatically, you require the conveyor belt through which automatically the bottles are basically coming to the below the container. So for that, you have the motors are there, the example of actuator. Then whether the bottle has reached just below the container or not, where the liquid is filled, you need the proximity sensors or the proper alignment sensors. Then once it is reached exactly below the container, then only that container will open and the liquid will start filling the bottles. Is not it? Now when the bottle will be reached, it will be completely filled up to its maximum level, like 500 ml or 1 liter, depending on its that quantity or the requirement. Automatically the filling will stop. Then it will go to the next chamber where it will be capping will be done, then sealing will be done, then it will be exported. So to make all these things happen automatically, you need various kind of that proximity sensors, alignment sensor, level sensors. Then you require the actuators like motor. Then for capping purpose, sealing purpose, you need the dedicated actuators or the robotic hands and so on. Isn't it? Now we are going beyond this simple that sensors, actuators, and controller-based schemes. Rather, we are going to the Internet of Things, using which we can transmit the data or various kind of information wirelessly to remote location, as well as if we consider some computationally extensive operations or calculation. In that case, instead of doing those things or those highly computationally extensive tasks in your edge device or the microcontroller, we can do it in the server or in the cloud. So for those kind of applications, we require the dedicated IoT integration, right? So that's why in our today's or basically this particular workshop, we will be focusing on various activities, starting from the sensors, that their fundamental principles. And so where we will start with the sensors, it operating principles, the various kind of characteristics. Then we will go to the that various type of actuators, their characteristics and working principles. Before that, of course, we will discuss about the background of industrial automations. Then we will learn about various kind of interfacing schemes for the sensors and actuators. Then we will talk about the sensors communication protocol and IoT integrations. After that, we will discuss various kind of case studies and real life example applications of complete system, including your sensors, actuators, interfacing circuits, and IoT deployment. In addition to that, another beauty of the workshop will be we will be also learning about various kind of hands-on simulations for the interfacing circuits using our LT Spice software, as well as also we will demonstrate some hands-on examples by actually incorporating couple of sensors, actuators, their interfacing components, as well as the IoT integrations for our practical applications with real lab hardware setup and the accessories. So I believe that throughout these particular workshops, you will be definitely benefited and you will get good amount of exposures in the domain of sensors, actuators, interface circuits, and IoT integrations for the industrial automation applications. And also at the same time, you will be gaining the hands-on skills for the simulation perspectives as well as the hardware deployment. So seeing you soon in the workshops in the coming week. Wish you all the best.